Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Committee on Commerce and Consumer Protection. I'll officially call the committee to order. In the room with me, we have Senator Clarence Nishihara, Senator Lynn DeCoit, and I see Senator Gil Riviere on the Zoom call with us. And I'm sure as the morning progresses, we will have other senators either joining us on Zoom or in person. This morning's agenda is governor's messages. All of the members of our various boards and commissions, we treat like bills. We take testimony, we ask for comments, and then after we vote to advise and consent in the committee, we write a committee report and send the measures down to the full floor of the Senate where the senators vote, and that is the advise and consent piece of it. So for those of you who may be new to the process, just wanted to give you a little bit of background as to how this works. So our first governor's message is submitting for consideration confirmation to the Board of Acupuncture, Marta Rabella, for a term to expire 6/30/2023. Marta happens to be from my island of Maui. She is a new appointee and is a public member. And I see that we are joined this morning by the Director of DCCA, Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs, that has the executive officers for most all of our boards and commissions. So Director, do you have some testimony on this governor's message?
Yes, good morning, Chair, committee members. Thank you, Kat Awakuni-Colon, on behalf of DCCA. The department submitted supportive testimony for Ms. Rabella, and we would be very grateful if you would advise and consent to her nomination. I am here and ready to answer any questions you may have. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much. We also have testimony in support from Patricia Candelaria. Said she's known Marta for over 33 years and has been a dedicated and responsible employee and volunteer. That's a good recommendation. We also have testimony in support from Deborah McMenemy, who believes that our nominee would be a wonderful addition to the State Board of Acupuncture. Angela Narr is also writing in support. She says that Marta is her aunt, so she's known her entire life and she knows what a great person she is. She's honest, smart, hardworking, and caring. Anybody else on the call that wishes to offer comment on Governor's Message 501? Members, shall we move to the next Governor's Message? This is 502, submitting for consideration confirmation to the Board of Massage Therapy, gubernatorial nominee Olivia Nagashima for a term to expire 6/30/2026. This is a reappointment. Our nominee is currently the chairperson of the board. Let's see. Olivia, are you there? We also have Rise Doi, Board of Massage Therapy on Zoom.
Good morning, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Rise Doi. I'm the Executive Officer for the Board of Massage Therapy, and we'll stand on our written testimony in support of Olivia Nagashima. Thank you.
We also have testimony in support from Karen Morita. She is a student affairs coordinator for Hawai'i Healing Arts College and has known our nominee for a while and said she'd be great. We also have late testimony from Joseph Morelli, who is a practicing doctor of chiropractic who has known our nominee and says that she is definitely well qualified and recommends that she be consented to membership on this board. Anybody else on the call wishing to offer comment on Governor's Message 502? If not, members, shall we go to the next Governor's Message? This is 503, submitting for consideration and confirmation of the Board of Massage Therapy, gubernatorial nominee Darcy Frankel for a term to expire 6/30/2026. She is a new appointment. She's from Honolulu and is a licensed massage therapist. Darcy, are you there? I don't see her. Director Alcuni. Hello.
Oh, I think Ms. Frankel is available.
Oh, hi, Darcy. Would you
Hi.
like to add anything? Your interest in being a part of this board?
Very interested in being a part of this board. I feel like I would be, a great addition with my 30 years of experience in the field in 2 different states. And I've been here on Kauai for about 20 years. Thank you for considering me.
Thank you for joining us. Director.
Good morning again, Kat Awakuni Kalon on behalf of DCCA. You have our written testimony in support of Ms. Frankel and as a licensee member, and we're very happy to support her nomination here. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you for the opportunity to testify.
Thank you. We also have testimony in support from Michael Dick, who is writing us all the way from Florida. Says that our nominee is bright, knowledgeable, dedicated, and of sound moral character, an excellent businesswoman and a good leader. So all very laudable explanations for our recommendations for our nominee. We also have Acacia Morrison, testimony in support. Is there anyone else on the call who wishes to offer comments on Governor's Message 503? If not, members, any questions? If not, Ms. Frankel, it will be my pleasure to recommend to my colleagues that we advise and consent. Governor's Message 504, J.C. Arakaki. This is also a nominee to the Board of Massage Therapy for a term to expire 6/30/2025. This nominee is from Kailua, Hawaii. She is an interim appointment. She is a public member and is a manager at Hawaii Pacific Health. Let's see, we have Risei Doi, Board of Massage.
Hi again, Chair and members of the committee. Risei Doi, Executive Officer for the Board of Massage Therapy, will stand on our written testimony in support of Jace Arakaki. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have testimony in support from Jason Kayo, who also lives out in Kailua. Jace, would you care to offer any comments on your behalf? If not, members, it will be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent to Governor's Message 504. I think we have, as with all of our nominees, we have excellent choices by the governor. And of course, members who were willing to have their names submitted and go through this process. And I see that Senator Favela has joined us. Good morning, Senator. We'll move forward to Governor's Message 505. This is for consideration confirmation of the Board of Physical Therapy, Stacy Kali'inoi, for a term to expire 6/30/2025. Let's see, we have Rochelle Araki from the Board of Physical Therapy on Zoom with us. Rochelle, did you want to offer comments on Governor's Message 505?
Yes. Good morning, Chair Baker, members of the committee. My name is Rochelle Araki. I am the Executive Officer for the Board of Physical Therapy. We'll stand on a written testimony in support. Thank you for the opportunity to testify.
Thank you, Rochelle. We have Bennett Zazera, who is the Program Director for Physical Therapy Assistant Program at Kapiolani College and is very high in her recommendation that we confirm Stacy. We also have Robin Putnam, who offered testimony in strong support of this nomination. Jolene Wong, I think Jolene might be on the Zoom.
Not present, Chair.
Not present. She submitted strong support as an audiologist from Kapiolani Medical Center. And our last testimony is from the Queen's Health System. Is JC or anybody representing
Yes.
Queens on the call?
Good morning, Chair Baker. My name is Lucy Lassard. I'm the Director of Rehabilitation Services at the Queens Health System. And we stand on our strong testimony in support of Stacy Kali'inoi. She's well known to us, has a great heart, will work hard for the people of Hawaii and all the patients, families in Keiki. So very strongly support her. Mahalo.
Thank you so much. Any other members on the call that I may have missed on Governor's Message 505? If not, members, shall we move forward? For Governor's Message 506, this is submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Board of Psychology gubernatorial nominee James Spira for a term to expire 6/30/2026. I believe our nominee is joining us. Mr. Spira, are you
Senator.
there? Good
I
morning.
just wanted to say that I'm honored to be nominated, and I hope I do get an opportunity to serve on this next term. Thank you.
Thank you for your willingness to serve. We have the Board of Psychology Representative Christopher Fernandez in support. Christopher, are you there?
I am. Thank you, Chair. Good morning, members of the committee. My name is Christopher Fernandez, Executive Officer to the Board of Psychology. The board stands on its testimony in support of Dr. Spira's reappointment to the board as a licensed member. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We have Nozanin Yusuf Bikova in support, Diane Logan in support, Rosemary Adam Turman in support, and support from Dr. Raymond Folan. Anybody else on the call that I may have missed on Governor's Message 506? If not, members, with your permission, we'll move forward. It will be my pleasure to recommend James Spira for confirmation. As I said earlier, all of these nominees are excellent, and I look forward to their service. The next is Governor's Message 507, confirmation to the Board of Psychology, gubernatorial nominee June Ching for a term to expire 6/30/2025. She is a licensed psychologist, lives here in Honolulu, and is a new appointment to the board. Director Alkuni.
Good morning again, Chair. Thank you. The department would like to stand on its written testimony in support of Dr. Ching as a licensee member, and I thank you for the opportunity again this morning.
Thank you. We also have testimony and support from Evelyn Yanagita, also a licensed psychologist. Donald Kopp he's worked in psychology. He works at the VA Pacific Islands Healthcare System and is in strong support. And we also have Dr. Ray Folan in strong support. And let's go back to our nominee, who I believe is on the call. June, are you there? If not, members, I had an opportunity to speak with June. She's very interested in serving and is very well qualified. So it will be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent to Governor's Message 507. And as I told all of the nominees when I talked with them, these hearings are done on our time and not theirs. And so not all of them are able to join us, but having spoken with them all, I know that they're very interested and well qualified. Let's see, our next Governor's Message is 508, Nathan Lamb. This is to the Board of Veterinary Medicine for a term to expire 6/30/2023. He is a veterinarian from IAEA and was an interim appointment to the board. So we are finally getting around to making it official. Let's see, Nathan, are you there? I don't know that he was able to join us. We have, however, on Zoom, representing the Board of Veterinary Medicine, Carrie Shahan.
Good morning, Chair Baker and members of the committee. My name is Carrie Shahan. I'm the Executive Officer of the Board of Veterinary Medicine. The board stands in support of the appointment of Dr. Nathaniel Lam. Thank you.
Thank you, and my apologies for butchering your name, Carrie. Our next testifier is Anna Neubauer, who's the President and CEO of the Hawaii Humane Society, testifying with enthusiastic support of Governor's Message 508. Lindsay Young also submitted a letter in strong support of Dr. Land's nomination. She is the Executive Director of the Pacific Rim Conservation. We also have testimony and support from Melissa Pavlicek. Melissa, are you there? She's writing to support strongly this nominee. Jenny Tiu submitted testimony and support, and our former governor and his lovely wife submitted testimony and support. Vicki, do you happen to be on the call? If not, members, it will be my pleasure to advise and consent, ask all of the committee to advise and consent on Governor's Message 508. Shall we move forward to Governor's Message 509 and 510? Because this is for the, excuse me, for the same person. This is nominating Marcella Chalk for a term to expire 6/30/2022 to the Board of Veterinary Medicine, and then for a term to expire 6/30/2026. She is an interim appointment and a reappointment. She's a public member. She's previously been a member of the Board of Pharmacy and American Pharmacists Association Hawaii delegate. So she's familiar with how boards work and in the field of medicine herself. We have testimony and support on Zoom, I believe, from the Hawaii Board of Veterinary Medicine, Carrie Shahan.
Yes, thank you, Chair Baker and members of the committee. My name is Carrie Shahan with the Board of Veterinary Medicine. The board stands on its written testimony in support of Ms. Marcella Chalk. Thank you.
Thank you, and apologies again. I knew I was going to get it wrong after I opened my mouth, but thank you.
It's okay.
We also have testimony and support from Barbara Lowe. And is Marcella joining us today? I don't believe she was able to join us, but members, included in this is all of her background, and she's very well qualified, as you've heard. So it would be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent to Governor's Message 509 and 510 from Marcella. Our next Governor's Message is 511, submitting for consideration and confirmation of the Motor Vehicle Repair Industry Board, Toby Kaheki, Kakehi. Maybe that's the way it's pronounced. My apologies, Toby, if I've messed up your name. The term for this one is to expire 6/30/2024. He is from IAEA, interim appointment. He is representing somebody connected with the motor vehicle repair industry. He's been active in this arena and is the account manager for Alltech Industries, Inc. from 2014 to the present. He's worked in consumer and commercial motor vehicle industry since 2002. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Do we have testimony in support? I know we have from the board. Is Mr. Takao here, Executive Officer of the Motor Vehicle Industry Repair Board?
Sherman Takao, the Executive Officer, Motor Vehicle Repair Industry Board. We stand in support of Mr. Kakehi's appointment, and we stand on our testimony. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Sherman. We also have testimony and support from Wayne Maeda and from Kevin Kohatsu. Toby, are you joining us on the call today? I don't believe he was able to join us, but he did submit his information, and it will be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent. Our next Governor's Message is Governor's Message 512, submitting for consideration and confirmation to the State Board of Barbering and Cosmetology gubernatorial nominee Leslie Murata for a term to expire 6/30/2025. Leslie is a reappointment. She's a public member, and she is from Waialua, Hawaii. She's been on the board of Barbering and Cosmetology from 2020 till present. and she is the Consumer Affairs Clerk for the United States Postal Service District Office, or at least she has been. Let's see, Leslie, are you on?
Yes, I am.
Good morning, Leslie.
Good morning.
Would you like to share a little bit about yourself with the committee? For the committee?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the committee chair and vice chair for giving me the opportunity to serve on the board this past year. I was able to give hopefully a lot of input that would help the industry become better in the full public, for the public people.
Thank you. Thank you for your willingness to serve. We have testimony from the Board of Barbering and Cosmetology, Jenny Yam.
Good morning, Chair Baker and members of the committee. Jenny Yam, Executive Officer of the Board of Barbering and Cosmetology. The board stands on its written testimony in support of Leslie Murata's reappointment to the board as a public member. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have testimony in support from Henry Miyamura. Is Henry on the call with us? And from Kathy Oda Nakamura. Anybody else wishing to offer comment on Governor's Message 512? Seeing none, Mr. Murata, it will be my distinct honor and privilege to recommend to my colleagues that we advise and consent. Thank you so much for your willingness to serve. And I see that we've also been joined by our Vice Chair, Senator Chang. Welcome. Our next Governor's Message is 513, Jamie Yap, for consideration and confirmation to the State Board of Barbering and Cosmetology for a term to expire 6/30/2024. Another Maui person here. He's a reappointment. He's a public member, and he happens to be one of our very fine complex area superintendents. At least he was, and now he's the principal at Maui Waiana. He's staying occupied with education and still willing to serve. We have testimony and support from Ms. Yam with the Board of Barbering and Cosmetology.
Good morning again. The board will stand on its written testimony in support of Jamie Yap's appointment to the board as a public member. Thank you.
We also have Mateo Belli in support, Teresa Owens Yap in support, and Jamie, are you on the call with us this morning? I don't believe he was able to join us, but members, he is an excellent individual, and it'd be my pleasure to recommend to all of you that we advise and consent. Let's move forward to Governor's Message 514, Karen Boyer. Submitted for consideration and confirmation of the State Board of Nursing gubernatorial nominee Karen Boyer for a term to expire 6/30/2026. This is a reappointment. She represents registered nurse APRNs in the state. She served on the Hawaii State Board of Nursing 2018 to 2020 and is a professor at University of Hawaii, Kapiolani Community College, professor of nursing. Let's see, we have Board of Nursing, Chelsea Fukunaga.
Good morning, Chair, Vice Chair, and members of the committee. Chelsea Fukunaga, Executive Officer for the Board of Nursing. The board will stand on its written testimony in support of Karen Boyer. Thank you.
Okay, we have testimony and support from Lisa Raddick, from Kate Thompson, and Dr. Erin Kosecki. Karen, are you on the call this morning? I don't believe she was able to join us, but members, will be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent to her governor's nomination, 514. Our next governor's message is Governor's Message 515, submitted for consideration confirmation to the State Board of Nursing gubernatorial nominee Luz Miguel. She is from Volcano, Hawaii. She's a new appointment. She's representing registered nurse and nursing education. She served on a lot of nursing boards in leadership positions, and she is currently a nursing administrator and division chair. And I'm stopping with Luz because I don't want to totally butcher her name, but let me go first to Director Alcuni Colon, DCCA.
Good morning again, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee. Kat Awakuni Colon on behalf of DCCA. The department will stand on its written testimony in support of Ms. Miguel as a licensee member. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We also have testimony and support from Dr. Jean Bacalones, from Arthur Sampaga Jr., from Joan Pagan, from Dr. May Kealoha. Dr. Kealoha, are you on the call? I don't believe she was able to join us. And another nurse who may be on the call, Kathleen Kotecki. Kathleen, are you there? She submitted testimony and support, and Eric Kremer, RN, also submitted testimony and support. And I think Ms. Miguel might be on the call with us. Is that your smiling face I see?
Yes, aloha. Thank you, Senator Baker. Good morning to all, and to all the senators and the attendees today. Thank you for your time and this opportunity. It is my honor and pleasure to be nominated, and also to willingly will serve the Hawaii Board of Nursing and the state of Hawaii. And thank you, and I'm humbled by all the testimonies I receive. So aloha, thank you.
Thank you very much. So what's the weather like in Volcano this morning?
Beautiful. It has some rain and the sun is coming up. It's really cool, and the wind is not too strong, so it's just very calm. So my ideal.
Very good. Thank you so much for your willingness to serve on this board, and it will be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll go now to Governor's Message 516, Zachary Johnson, submitting for consideration and confirmation to the State Board of Public Accountancy gubernatorial nominee Zachary Johnson for a term to expire 6/30/2025. Mr. Johnson is from Hauula. It's a new appointment. He's representing a member with a current license issued under Chapter 466 HRS and current permit to practice public accountancy. And I would imagine is getting ready to be very, very busy. Director Alcuni Colon.
Good morning again, Kat Awakuni Colon on behalf of the department. The department will stand on its written testimony in support of Mr. Johnson as a licensee member. And I thank you again for your time.
Thank you. We have testimony and support from Isaac Choi. Is Isaac Choi on the call? From Terrence Aratani and from Laurie Choi. Mr. Johnson, are you on the call? I don't believe he was able to join us, but members, as you've heard from the director, and if you notice the other testifiers in support, he's very well qualified and very interested to serve on this board. So it would be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent to Governor's Message 516. Our next Governor's Message is 517. This is to the State Board of Public Accountancy, Alexander Smith, for a term to expire 6/30/2025. He is from Honolulu. New appointment. He's a member with a current license and current permit to practice public accountancy and has been in active practice. He has over 30 years of professional audit experience. He's been with Deloitte & Touche and has been associated with another firm for over 3 years. He owns Alex J. Smith CPA for 23 years. He's a member of the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Hawaii Society of Certified Public Accountants. Someone with his background you would definitely want doing your taxes. Director Colon.
Good morning again, Kat Awakuni Colon on behalf of DCCA. The department would like to stand on its testimony in support of Mr. Smith as a licensee member. Thank you again for all of your help.
Thank you. We have testimony and support from Isaac Choi, from Jean Lilly, from Grant Takumi, and Laurie Choi. Does Mr. Smith happen to be on the call with us today? If not, members, it will be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent. When I spoke with all of these nominees, I told them that it was really, the hearing was being done on our time, and if they couldn't attend, we certainly understood, but I'm so grateful that they submitted their testimony and gotten the members that know them well to submit testimony. It makes our job a lot easier. Our next governor's message is 623, submitting for consideration confirmation of the Board of Pharmacy gubernatorial nominee Alana Isobe for a term to expire 6/30/2026. She's from here in Honolulu. She is a reappointment. She's the current chairperson of the Board of Pharmacy. She is a pharmacist and is a pharmacy manager in Hawai'i district. Let's see, before I call our nominee, is Leanne Tashima from the Board of, representing the Board of Pharmacy.
Thank you, Chair Baker. Good morning, Vice Chair Chang. On behalf of James Skidzewski, the Executive Officer for the Board of Pharmacy, we'll stand on our written testimony supporting Ms. Alana Isobe's reappointment to the Board of Pharmacy. Thank you.
Thank you. We have testimony and support from Ronald Taniguchi, who's Doctor of Pharmacy, Stacy Fujikawa, Jared Redulia, Sherry Tokumaru, Tiffany Yajima, Dean Yamamoto, and Heather Karufilas. Anybody else before I call our nominee? If not, members, please help me welcome Alana Isobe via Zoom. Would you like to share your thoughts on your desire to be reappointed to the board?
Good morning, Chair, members of the committee. I'm honored to be nominated again for this position and ask for your consideration for my reappointment.
Could you share with the committee any of the issues you see coming before pharmacy in the next couple of years?
There's a lot of changes going on, and COVID definitely brought some opportunities for us to make some changes. So I think with the COVID vaccination that brought a lot of, and testing, it brought a lot of things to the forefront that maybe pharmacists could do a little bit more to help public health.
We're seeing a lot of shortages in many of the healthcare professions. Is that the case with pharmacy as well?
We don't have a shortage of pharmacists in Hawaii. We have a school of pharmacy in Hilo now that kind of changed the dynamics with the supply and demand. So right now there's no shortage of pharmacists. There's definitely a shortage of technicians and ancillary help. And COVID, with the testing and vaccinations that the technicians were allowed to assist with, made that shortage even bigger because we had more demand for ancillary help.
Members, any questions for our nominee? If not, it will be my pleasure to recommend to my colleagues that we advise and consent, and thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
Okay, members, let's go down to Governor's message 625. This is Representative Aaron Furman to the Board of Speech Pathology and Audiology. I believe we have a representative from that board to speak on her behalf.
Yes, hi Chair, can you hear me?
Please go ahead.
Hi Chair. This is Christopher Fernandez, Executive Officer again. I want to thank the committee and our chair for reviewing this testimony. This time I'm speaking on behalf of the Board of Speech Pathology and Audiology. The board wishes to stand on its testimony in support of Ms. Furman's reappointment to the board as a licensed member. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have testimony and support from Wendy Saka and from Matthew Muranaka. Is our nominee on the call? I don't believe that she was able to join us, but members, As you've heard, she's well qualified, and it will be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent. Our next governor's message is Governor's Message 626, submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Hawaii Board of Chiropractic gubernatorial nominee Alice Ogawa for a term to expire 6/30/2026. Ms. Ogawa is a reappointment. She's from Kapa'a. She is a doctor of chiropractic and involved in her professional organization. Do we have a representative from DCCA's Board of Chiropractic?
Good morning, Chair Baker, Vice Chair Chang, committee members, Keating Kleinhans, Executive Officer for the Hawaii Board of Chiropractic. We sent in our written testimony in support of Dr. Ogawa's reappointment to the board as a licensee member. Thank you.
Thank you. We have James Place in support. Dr. Place from Wailuku submitted some testimony. Joseph Morelli also submitted testimony. He's with the Waipahu Chiropractic Clinic and is our nominee on the Zoom call with us this morning. She had to leave for a meeting. Okay. Yes. Well, I did have a chance to visit with her, and she is definitely well qualified. So it will be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent. Our next governor's message is Gail Chang, Governor's Message 627, submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Hawaii Board of Optometry gubernatorial nominee Gail Chang for a term to expire 6/30/2025. She is a reappointment representing the public on the board. She's from Honolulu, Hawaii. She's been on the Board of Optometry before, Board of Dentistry. We've been able to use her talents all over. Dental Hygienist Association member, and she is on the American Association of Dental Boards as a life member. So we have the Board of Optometry. Carrie?
Yes, thank you, Chair Baker, members of the committee. My name is Carrie Shahan, Executive Officer of the Board of Optometry. The board stands on its written testimony in support of Ms. Chan. Thank you.
Thank you. Ellie Kelly Miyashiro in support, Jerry Ann Ignite in support, Christine Osada in support, Clayton Pang in support. And Gail, are you on the call with us? I don't believe she was able to join us, but she did submit all of her the answers to the question. She's very well qualified. Members, it will be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent to Governor's Message 627. Our next Governor's Message is 628. This is submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Hawaii Board of Optometry gubernatorial nominee Kenneth Chen for a term to expire 6/30/2026. He's the current vice chair of the board. This is a reappointment. He is a licensed optometrist and has been practicing optometry for over 32 years. And so we are delighted that he wants to continue to serve in this capacity. Do we have the executive officer of the Hawaii Board of Optometry who wishes to speak on this nomination?
Thank you, Chair Baker and members of the committee. Carrie Shahan, Executive Officer, Hawaii Board of Optometry. The board stands in support of the reappointment of Dr. Chin to the board. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have testimony and support from Peter Shoji and from Charlotte Nikota. Is Dr. Chin on the call with us? If not, members, he is well qualified. We appreciate his service, and it will be my pleasure to recommend that we advise and consent. We will go to our last Governor's Message on this agenda. This is Governor's Message 629, submitting for consideration and confirmation to the board, to the Motor Vehicle Industry Licensing Board, gubernatorial nominee John Uikawa for a term to expire 6/30/2025. He is from Honolulu. He's a reappointment. He's been engaged in the industry for over 38 years and is the general manager and president of New City Nissan for the past 24 years and has been an association board member for 10 years for the Hawaii Automobile Dealers Association. Let's see, we have the executive officer for the Motor Vehicle Industry Licensing Board, Jenny Yam.
Good morning, Chair Baker, Vice Chair Chang, and members of the committee. Jenny Yam, Executive Officer of the Motor Vehicle Industry Licensing Board. The board stands on its written testimony in support of John Uikawa's reappointment to the board as an industry member. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe we have Mr. David Rolfe, Hawaii Automobile Dealers Association, on the call in support. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Chair Baker, Vice Chair Chang, members of the committee. I'm David Rolfe, the Executive Director of the Hawaii Auto Dealers Association, and the association stands in strong support of John Uikawa for an industry position reappointment on the Motor Vehicle Industry Licensing Board. I'll just have to say, you know, John has been just this stalwart serving of the association and serving the whole industry, and also on the Motor Vehicle Industry Licensing Board. But through this pandemic, it's more important than ever in an emergency to keep your car running. And he and his fellow dealers have kept our cars running during this hard time. And so it is a pleasure to be in strong support of his nomination.
Thank you. We also have some late testimony and support from Ben Kudo. Is Benjamin Kudo on the call? If not, I see that Mr. Uikawa is there. Good morning.
Thank you, Chair Baker. I want to thank you for your time to begin with. And like you said, as having an experience of over 38 years, I'd be very honored and privileged to continue to serve on the board.
Thank you very much, members. Any questions? I will note that I do have a car from his dealership, but I did not know him before, so I'm not declaring any conflict because I don't believe there is one. But you've taken really good care of my car. Thank you very much. Members, any other questions or any comments for any of our nominees? John, it will be my pleasure to recommend to my colleagues that we advise and consent, and thank you for your service to the board for these years. Members, this brings us to the end of our agenda. Or do you want to take a break? Do we need to go into the breakout, or we can just go forward? All right, we're just going to roll right into decision making, and we're going to send some vote sheets to Senator Nishihara. We're going to send some vote sheets to Senator DeCoit, and I'll take some other ones. Okay. I don't know whether I can do this or not, but can I take them all in one motion? Okay. All right. The recommendation of the chair is to advise and consent on Governor's Message 501, 502, 503, 504, 505, 506, 507, 508, 509, 510, 511, 512, 513, 514, 515, 516, 517, 623, 625, 626, 627, 628, and 629. The recommendation of the chair is to advise and consent. Chair votes aye. Senator Chang.
Aye.
Thank you. Senator DeCoit.
Aye.
Senator Nishihara. Aye. Senator Riviere.
Aye.
Senator Sam Buenaventura. Excused. Senator Favela.
Aye.
Thank you. Members, we have with this vote, we have adopted our governor's messages, and we will send them to the floor for final advice and consent. Thank you all very much for your participation and your service. We are adjourned, and we will fill out the rest of the sheets.